Hi there, Libra. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel, Infinity Dove Tarot and Dowsing. My name is Kirsten, and I have your couple's love dynamic spread all laid out for you. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce the deck that I'm using. It's called Love Dynamics, and there's both an upright and a reversed version. The reason why there's two versions is because on the behind each card is an 8 category listing of meanings that gives you the love dynamic of your relationship. Um, it tells you what's happening, the main energy, the challenge, the past and future actions, what their true intentions are, what your feelings are, what their feelings are, and the likely outcome. So it's very thorough, it's user friendly for both beginners and astute readers. If you're interested in acquiring this deck, the information is in my description box below. All right, so let's get started. The whole reading is based on the Love Dynamics deck. That's why we call it the Love Dynamic reading. So, as usual, the first row represents, I hope the lighting's okay. The first row represents early in the month, mid-month, and end of the month. First column is your energy. Third column is your partner's energy. Middle column is the dynamic between you. So here we go. Feel like you're trying to loosen your grip. You're trying not to be possessive or jealous, not to hold on to past mistakes too tightly, yours or theirs. There's a fear of losing what you love that's still influencing your reactions. And the challenge is to release your fear and to ask for a second chance. What you want is judgment. You want forgiveness. You want a reset. You want a second chance. You're not pretending everything was perfect. You're asking to prove it can be better. And you're standing at the edge of an emotional restart, hoping that they'll believe you and accept you back or give you another chance. Now, the partner's energy is the Ace of Wands reverse. They don't truly trust this new beginning. Your partner wants to believe that you've changed. It's flickering for them. They want to try again, right? They want to let go too. But part of them feels like, will this just burn out again? This isn't disinterest. This is worn down faith. I feel like they've given you a chance before and you let them down. This may not be a second chance. This might be a third chance. Going forward, we have I feel like you're clear, you've got clarity, or you're bringing clarity to the table. You will have a realization, or you will come to a realization about yourself and the situation. So I see that coming to you. You're willing to talk things out. You're willing to express what's been avoided or unsaid or hidden. This high priestess here. Sorry, you can't see the third row. Let me try to pull it up. Okay. I feel like you may initiate a conversation, Libra, that finally opens things all the way up around mid-July. You want to be seen for who you are now and not who you used to be. I feel like you you want to keep giving to this, but they hesitate. The balance is off. It's a challenge to give or to accept or to receive, right? You're hoping that your effort proves something to them, but they may still feel like they're giving more um, emotionally, mentally, or even spiritually. You both want fairness, but you're arriving at it from different angles. The partner's energy is the Eight of Swords reversed. They want freedom from the mental prison, from old arguments, from the fear that nothing will change. They're not stuck because of lack of care. They're stuck because they don't know if your version of change will be real and lasting. So they very much don't trust you. Uh, don't trust that the change is permanent, that you're promising. They want to believe, but they're guarded. Going forward, Libra, I see you making a confession. You're coming clean, right? You're bringing the truth, the clarity to the partner, maybe about a mistake that you made and that you promise or swear you won't repeat. It'll never happen again. Maybe about your true feelings, right? Finally coming out with your true feelings towards them, right? You take the risk and you allow yourself to be vulnerable. And that's when things shift for you because truth will clear the room of illusions. This is your shot at healing the trust gap by telling the truth. Okay? So if you want them to trust you, always tell the truth and come out with it or express your true feelings. They need to know. I feel like things are still unsaid though. There might be something that you hold back a little. Even though you come out with the truth, there's still something held back. Um, and questions left unanswered. So I feel like even after an honest, clarifying conversation, there is still an inner knowing on both sides, right? This mutual energy that more healing has to happen and more truth has to come out. I feel like you're being asked to trust, or your partner is being asked to trust what's not yet visible, and you're being asked to show up with integrity, right? The final card in their card, their near future actions towards you is strength reverse. So they will act from a place of insecurity or frustration. They may lash out, withdraw, or struggle to stay emotionally steady. They may react from a place of insecurity. Um, they're perhaps very guarded or may act distant because they want to control their emotions. And what you confess or say may hit a tender spot. So instead of leaning in, they may pull away or test your consistency. So don't mistake this as indifference. It's more wounded protection. So they may have a bad reaction to what you confess or reveal, but that's coming from a wounded place and they want to protect themselves. Uh, and you haven't yet proven your trustworthiness. So that you need to bear that in mind and not take their reaction the wrong way. As an outcome, we have the Three of Coins. So I feel like you will both try, right? Even with all this, I feel like there is a coming together. Um, Even with their hesitation, even with the bumps, I feel like there's mutual effort. It's not perfect, it's not a fairy tale, but it's real. And you both try to rebuild, and the foundation will strengthen. This is you doing a good job. You're both doing a good job of it. So if you stay humble, clear, and consistent, I feel like you can repair and rebuild this relationship. Um, let's read the columns now. Get a little different insight here. Your column is the Judgment, the Ace of Swords, and the Seven of Swords reverse. So you want redemption, clarity, and trust back on your side. And you're thinking with a clear head and an open heart. You're preparing to make a bold move, right? And you're going to make a vulnerable confession or a heartfelt admission to the partner to repair the cracks and to gain a second chance, right? You're growing, you've grown, you're ready to own your mistakes and to be and do better. And that's powerful. So good for you, Libra. Now, getting the partner to trust that is the challenge, right? Partner's energy is the Ace of Wands reverse, the Eight of Swords reverse, and the Strength reverse. So they're hesitant. They want to believe in you again, but they're not sure if the fire can be relit. Emotionally, they crave freedom from fear, but they don't feel emotionally safe yet. Their reaction may be touchy or defensive, not because they've given up, but because they've been let down before, and they want consistency, reassurance, and proof. And that's your job to make sure they get that. So, summing up the relationship, column 2, we got a fear of loss, imbalance in giving, and intuitive uncertainty all runs down this column. So, even as you both want peace and progress, there's emotional hesitation here based on past patterns, unspoken wounds. So you're going to need patience, deep honesty, and trust in what can't be seen, as will they. And truth and time will do the healing. And your actions will prove it. So for you, Libra, this is a second chance. It's not about saying the right words, it's about being the right presence every day. You must show your growth, not just promise it. Speak the truth, drop your defenses, and stay consistent. This is how you will rebuild trust with your partner. For the relationship, I feel that this relationship can heal, right? It can be maintained, but the burden is mostly on you to take the lead with emotional maturity and real change. If your partner feels it in your actions, not just your words, then the relationship can deepen, evolve, and last. But if they don't feel safe with you by mid month, they may start quietly detaching for good. So that's the reading for you, Libra. I hope that it gave you the insight that you needed, clarity and understanding. And if it did, please hit that thumbs up. Please share the video with your friends on social media and subscribe to the channel. It's brand new, need your support. Thanks in advance for subscribing. I appreciate you so much. And if you'd like a personal reading, um, with or without the Love Dynamics deck, you let me know. My information is in the description box to book time and availability. All right. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye, Libra.